The best thing about this is when it starts to rain, your roots and your plants are more receptive to vitamins and nutrients. We got a break in the rain now. We're gonna try to run, feed the chickens. We actually got another rain band gonna be coming in about 5 o'clock, so in a few hours. We wanna get everything fertilized that we can. We've already fertilized a couple of beds. We actually wanna fertilize our trees as well. We want everything to get good fertilizer. It's been raining since about 6 this morning. So we got a good amount of rain to actually start us off. Now we want to get some fertilizer in. I always tell you, when you're thinking of fertilizing, always try to coincide with a good rain. So today we're at about 70%. Try to feed these chickens, grab some eggs, because they're out here good and dry. Keep them dry, so I'm gonna put all the feed inside today.
Chickens, they are going inside the cage now because where they used to be eating is so wet, and the feed gonna get wet if they not going inside the cage. Look at the muscadine. Yeah. And then this is the big trees. They are coming back now. Like, glad that we caught it before they even kill the whole entire trees. But look at now with all the new growth. It's beautiful.
This is, I got had some clearance, old, I don't know. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah.
Found some on clearance, and what I do is I just sprinkle some around the tree. Just give it a little feeding. The rain should do the rest. But I like to get it in so I don't have to water it in. Hopefully we get a really good rain. Now sometimes you kind of, I don't know, sometimes it's like you're taking a chance, because if it doesn't rain as much as I would like it to, then of course we'll have to come in and do the watering ourselves. But if it gets one of those crazy thunderstorm rains like it's supposed to, no problem for me. I don't really worry about massaging it in the soil, because one thing I learned from going to the nurseries, they don't do that at the nurseries. Look at the fertilizer. They just get the fertilizer and kind of pour it on there and water it in. And that's why you be seeing so much of fertilizer like on top of the soil. That's how they do it. Kind of take their cue from that. Eventually, if you do it on a more regular basis, like I'm gonna say, I gotta put more in here. Every 3 months, eventually it'll start feeding, and it'll be a continuous feed. Yeah. I'm gonna give everybody some of this. It says citrus and avocado and mango fertilizer. 646 is not really that heavy. 646 is not bad, so everybody can get some of this. That's a good balance. Still haven't planted my watermelon. I keep forgetting. Just giving a generous helping to the ground. Hopefully it'll start to work its way in at some point. But today is a good day to get a good start. And it's just going around the trees. They always say kind of work it into the soil, but when you got a living mulch around your soil, as we have with the comfrey or the crimson clover, if I rake that in, then I'll actually I'll have to rake up and destroy a lot of my ground cover. As it right here, we got a little baby that's coming back. It died all the way back. It's going to come back. I just want to get a little bit of fertilizer in there. Let the water do the rest. Get as much of this stuff out as I can. It's going to the back. I'm not going to fertilize in the high tunnel right now because I have to water that in. I'm going to just put a little bit on this mound. This is a new planting, so I don't want to go too crazy over here. But just in case when those roots finally start to kind of reach out, they'll have a little bit. Now this one is, we put that application of chelated iron on this one. And I can start to see now, I'm starting to see some new growth coming. So I want to get a real good helping right there. Hopefully we get a good rain, real good rain, a real drenching rain to get that in the ground. Now for some of my smaller trees, we can go with more of a liquid feed. With this, you're supposed to water it in, but if you can pass by a couple of those smaller trees and just coat the base with that feed, these are actually looking pretty good. That's going to get watered in. Got a little one over here, got it kind of burnt back a little bit. The liquid feed is going to be your better feed, more immediate feed than even I'm going to put some fertilizer on that one. More immediate than even this granule feed. This one here I'm just starting to work with. We don't really have any ground cover here. I tried some turmeric here, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to take all of the plants that's in the high tunnel, the old bell pepper plants, and those bell peppers, chili peppers, we're going to put those out here on these mounds because I'm not yet ready to actually plant any trees. So I guess we'll go to the front. I got about another half a bag left. We got 2 citrus trees up there. I want to get some around. And then I do have that lemon tree. I can get that last. I want to get those 2 citrus trees to the front. And then everything else we'll go to start watering our okra. I'll show you how we're going to do that. Not watering, but fertilizing our okra. And I'll show you how we're going to do that. I almost forgot about this little new patch that we've planted. So we got our Collins Select Pawpaw. I think I already fertilized the, I'm just throwing some down. I did put some on this one already earlier, I believe, but it was just the Miracle Grow Organics. And this is a well more established. What I mean by well more established, as far as using your granule fertilizer, the root system has stretched a little bit further than the smaller trees like this one we just planted on live stream. So this one here, this small loquat, I'd rather hit it with just a little fish emulsion or liquid fertilizer. because its root system isn't really established as much. Once again, not digging it in. I'm not tilling it in, because if I did that, I'd be tilling in all of my ground cover. So I'm just hoping that the rain helps it break down, because it's a real light fertilizer. It should break down really quickly. So that's what we're hoping for. All right, now we can go up to the citrus in the front yard. All right, so we're gonna save the blueberries for a more acidic fertilizer. We do have some. Probably not gonna get to it today, but it's closer to the house, so I'm not worried about it if it's this close. One thing I did look at, let me finish the citrus, then I'll get to these little yellowing okra that we have. This, now out here, I'll be able to come get the rake and actually kind of stir this around, because there's nothing growing under here. Thankful for that little break in the rain. I did come out earlier. A lot of things that I fertilized, like those beds, I did that in the rain. So I am thankful that I was able to get this little break so I can come out and still put some of this fertilizer on the ground for these 2 citrus trees. Now I did put tree spikes on these earlier in the season, so they are being fed. I don't know what happened to our kumquat. From what I've learned, or I was talking to Guillory, he said that sometimes it's a parasite that gets into the root system of these kumquat trees. But as you saw, the ones at the back, perfectly healthy. I do the same thing with all of them. And this one, actually, we're going to pull it out. And we're probably going to put a mulberry or something, because maybe the citrus is going to struggle in this area. And they have been. So we're going to actually come with maybe a mulberry or something here. So let me show you what we're going to do with our transplants. A lot of times when you're having a lot of rain, you're going to have to deal with the loss of nutrients because of the rain. We use fish emulsion. This to me is like fish emulsion. Kind of the same idea. Looks the same. Dr. Earth Pump and Grow. Real expensive. I wouldn't buy it at full price. I would just get the Epsom salt. But since I have it, we're going to use it. You're supposed to water this stuff in. You can use it full at the full concentration, or you can mix it with like a gallon of water to like 8 pumps. But me, we got rain coming. I already know what I want to do. I just want to get in. You can come in closer, Bells. I just want to get in on these particular one. It doesn't matter. You can get it all over them, because the rain is going to wash this off. We're not expecting any kind of sunshine. I really want them to get a good start. And we're going to thin these out once they start growing as well. We just need them to get going. That's what's going to get them started. Got a couple of more over here. Still waiting on the sugar cane. They're behind big time. But I told Bells while we were waiting on the sugar cane, let's get those okra over there, just in case.
The melons.
Yeah, we got some melons from D Mood, Korean melons. So hopefully those come up. And I got some over here on this bed. All I'm doing, it'll be the same thing if you was pouring out fish emulsion on them. This just comes with a pump. So if you actually bought some fish emulsion, you can screw this top off. If you got these kind of tops, pour your fish emulsion in these. So keep these, and that way, look at this one, it's really struggling. Might not even make it, but I'm gonna give them a try. We got more of these. You can see how it's yellowing. It's just the rain, lack of nutrients in the soil. This is a bed that we've never used. We was trying to put the sugarcane here. Turnips are looking good. We haven't fertilized them at all, but you can see they're looking beautiful just sitting in the soil. But obviously it's not enough nutrients here for the okra. So we're gonna have to work on that, work on the soil. And I'm seeing the same thing basically in all of them. That's why this liquid fertilizer is gonna be better for them, because they need nutrients right now. They can't wait for it to break down. You gotta hit them with something liquid. Now you can take granular fertilizer and actually soak it and make it a liquid fertilizer. Take your granular fertilizer, soak it in water, and then scoop what's left of that off the top of that, and just keep, as you use that liquid, keep getting more. Use the liquid, keep getting more. I got a small plant over here. These I want to make sure I get, because they're kind of crowded out a little bit. You can see I did put some of that fertilizer on these, but this is a miracle grow. If you want, and you want to, I guess, scrape it in a little bit, I could like that. You'll see it fell on some of these leaves. As these leaves die back, it'll go in the soil. But for me, because this is a new planting, it's a small plant, it's a white mulberry, I'm gonna hit it with some of this. Just make sure that I know now something is on them. You see I missed one over here.
You missed two.
Two. Look at that. Are they getting, them leaves getting fat?
It's right here, to the end.
Right here? Oh, on that both sides?
Yeah.
Sure did. And I got one more little small baby over here. You gotta nurse these small ones. You gotta nurse these. Like I said, this is the same thing as just pouring fish emulsion on it. You can already see it's gonna run off. The rain is gonna wash it off. And basically that's how we actually fertilize here in the garden, whether it's granule, whether it's liquid. We got a couple trees to take out. We got some acidic fertilizer for the blueberries. We're gonna use that. Hopefully it just keeps everything going. But anything you have struggling, figure out a way, whether it's granular fertilizer or fish emulsion, figure out a way to make that fertilizer a little bit more liquid by soaking it or using water to make it stretch. By using water, it just makes it a little bit more available to the plant. We're using the rain today, so that's why I'm not adding water. But if it was dry, of course, I would have to add water to this. But water, fertilizer of your choice, liquid or granule, it's still the same. The best thing about this is when it starts to rain, your roots and your plants are more receptive to vitamins and nutrients. You got the lightning going off, so it's making the chemicals in these plants react differently than when it's just you watering by hand. Now it's in its environment, it's in nature. It's feeling good from the rain, just like you feel good at the beach. It's more relaxed. This is the time to fertilize. If you can do it before the rain by looking at your apps, your weather radars, perfect. Like us, we got a break in the rain. We're still able to do it. After the rain, you're probably too late. So before the rain or during the rain is gonna be your best time to fertilize. And I mean, it's looking beautiful out here. What else can I say? Thank y'all for watching the Grow From It Network. And as always,
grow, grow, grow. Peace.
peace.
Love y'all,
God
guys.
bless.
Bye.